What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are today going to be changing out the blower motor for AC and heating in the car, which is just right in there, but we have to access it through the passenger side. If you guys have an issue with your heat, so we can put the key in the ignition, we'll turn the car on, and we'll turn the heat, and it's not going to do anything. So yeah, we're going to figure out why it does not work, hopefully by fixing those issues. Alright, so we've got the side panel off on this side. As you can see, there's an 8mm nut here, or bolt here, sorry. We've also got an 8mm bolt right there in the center, and then we've got another 8mm bolt right there. And then we can open up the glove box, and we've got, there's like 7, I believe. So 1, 2, 3 with that one in the middle. We've got 4, 5, and then one kind of diagonal right there in the back of the glove box. And then there is one behind this guy here, just tucked right back in there. I don't know if you guys can see that right at the tip of my finger there. So there's one there as well, and then the whole thing should drop down and we should be able to get the glove box out of the car. Pretty straightforward, so let's get to it. Alright guys, so we've got all of the bolts, I believe. Yeah, so all of the bolts out. As you see, it just kind of drops down. And there are some electrical plugs that need to be disconnected, so just be mindful of that. There's like the light on top, there is some stuff on the side, there's a plug down there that we can see. Just make sure everything comes out fairly easy, and yeah, you should be good. So yeah, let's go ahead and start disconnecting some stuff, and we'll get to the motor. So once we have got the glove box out of the way, I didn't disconnect any of the stuff, I just kind of left it hanging down here. We can see this is the resistor, or whatever you want to call it. It's a resistor, I think. Resistor, not capacitor, resistor, something, I don't know. But it's got a bolt here and a bolt here that are 5.5 millimeters. So one there, and then one on the other side. You'll see it, I got this one out already. It's like 5.5 millimeters if you're gonna use a metric socket. And of course I didn't have one, so I am using a 7/32 socket, and that works just fine. It is basically just like a self-tapper, just to go into the plastic. So we'll go ahead and loosen both of those, and then the capacitor piece, or sorry, resistor piece comes off. Fairly straightforward, and you can go ahead and disconnect the actual fan motor, which is these red and black ones. Power goes into this, and this basically has all the electronics in it to make the fan blow hard or soft or whatever. Then it'll send the power, the correct voltage, out to the motor, and that's how it basically regulates the speed. So this thing could be the main issue. Also, I've heard that the fan, just as it gets dirty and the resistance increases, based on the coils being dirty and the brushes failing, it'll make the resistor itself go out. So it's best to replace both at the same time. It's like 80 bucks, 90 bucks for OEM stuff, so you can do it for cheap, and it is fairly straightforward. So once we get both of those screws out, like so, this piece comes off. As you can see, it is dirty. So make sure we get the screw out, save that. We're gonna use that for putting the new one on. So we've got a new one here, as you can see, new versus old, clean versus dirty. So yeah, and I'm sure the inside of this motor is just disgusting. I feel like there's supposed to be a filter in here but it didn't come with a filter, so you can see straight in to the fan right there, and now you can see into the car now since everything's out of there. But yeah, I feel like there's supposed to be a filter inside here. I'll look into that, but for now we're just gonna run it filterless and just put the new fan in. So how this fan comes out is quarter turn. I believe it's just a twist out. We're now ready to put the new motor back in, and like I said, what we will do is put that guy in the hole, twist it counterclockwise, and get everything all in place. All right, so come down here, drop this guy kind of down in there. The orientation, it has like this flat side that kind of sticks out. Of course you guys can't see it, but there is like a flat side there. So that the flat side that sticks out, that one comes towards us. So we'll put it in. So once it's up just like that, this flat side will click in just like that. So there it is, installed. Easy as that. Definitely make sure everything is turned as much as it can be. There is actually like a place for a screw here just to hold it in. Mine did not have that screw installed. That is definitely an option just to make sure that your fan is secure and not going to come out while you're driving around. So yeah. All right, so if you get the orientation right, there is a spot for a self-tapping screw. Originally I wasn't going to put it in. I decided to go look for one, see if I can find one, and I did find one in there. I did put a screw just to kind of secure it, and then we'll plug in the new resistor as well as plug the fan into that resistor. We will power up the car and see if everything works, and if it does, then we're in business. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so new guy is plugged in. We'll go ahead and get the key. Hopefully the airbag does not explode or something. But let's go ahead, turn this guy on. Let's see. Just like that. Boom. It works. So that was the issue. Cool. So sorry for the poor lighting in this whole video. The sun is behind me. And yeah, it's just been a nightmare. But anyway, we've got the fan back installed. We've got the resistor right there, about to be installed with the two 5.5 millimeter screws. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and put the dash back together with the glove box, and we will be done. I would say this project, if you weren't filming, it would take about half an hour to an hour. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. But every clip that I shoot is about like an extra 10 minutes because I'm trying to make sure we get a good enough angle for you guys to see, which half of these are not good angles, so you guys can't see. But the sun's really effing us on this. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. All right, and since it is threaded into plastic, you really don't have to crank down too much, but that stuff is all in. Now we can go ahead and throw this glove box back up. Guys, so we've got all of the bolts secure, everything is plugged back in. Went ahead and put all of the stuff that was in the glove box back in, and we are done. The interior of the car is all buttoned up on the passenger side, so we're done. That was the problem. I think it was the resistor and not the motor. The motor seemed somewhat fine, a little bit dirty, but definitely more fine than bad. However, it's better to just replace all of the electrical components at once if you're working on it, so you don't have any weird issues in the future. So that is going to be it for that video. We got that all fixed. If you guys are having issues with your AC fan blowing or heat blowing, whatever, in the car, definitely take a look into the resistor or the blower motor. That is probably your issue, and it's a fairly fast process to replace. Like I said, it's probably about half an hour's worth of work if you're not filming, so you guys can knock it out in an afternoon and be good to go for them cold mornings or hot mornings, whatever it is. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching.